unlike James Harden. So like, I have things to say about James Harden. But first, the take here is that Dennis Schroder is one of the 10 best players in the NBA. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bar none. He just is.
Mm-hmm.
And I got fed up with this because, one, James Harden is out here talking noise about Giannis Antetokounmpo, talking about if all I had to do was pick it up and roll it to the basket, that everything would be easy for me. And I'm like, fool, that's the wrong take to have if you were James Harden, because can't nobody stand your game. And I'm the only person in the state of Oklahoma still defending you, at least in the sports media landscape. I'm the only person. And now you're doing this to me. You're doing this to me personally. Like, your step back is cool, but the falling on the ground part, it's not. And the ISO ball. I mean, the last time we saw them this much ISO ball, Joe Johnson ended up playing for the big three in the Big Three League. All right? Okay? He this close to having Big Baller Brand as the only sponsorship for him. And that's where you headed, because don't nobody like you. And don't nobody like Houston. Even as we're getting the most efficient Russell Westbrook we've ever seen, because all of a sudden that dude decided that he's not going to take any more threes, which we were going, yo, man, why didn't you not take threes for the last 11 years? Anyway, so I'm looking last night, Saturday night, because we're recording this at like 2 o'clock on a Sunday, and this fool got beat by Charlotte and Scary Terry. And Scary Terry outplayed James Harden. This is James Harden line, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
30, 10, 14, and 10. You know what them 10 are?
I'm going to guess turnovers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but I mean, this is
30, 14, and 10, and 10. What
I mean, he is who we thought he is. I mean, that's his game. Is either going to be efficient in the advanced statistics, or my man's going to turn the ball over 10 times. He's out there trying to get 60, dog.
Bro, I can't stand this. All right, so I'm looking at real plus minus, right? And what does real plus minus teach us? Real plus minus teaches us the point differential per 100 possessions, offensive and defensively, for your team.
I was told there would be no math.
Well, there's just a little bit.
Okay.
There's just a little bit. So if we're going down the list of the top players in real plus minus, at number 1, we have the reigning MVP and the probable 2019-2020 MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? Cool. Number 2, we got LeBron James. He's won an MVP before, and a couple other things. This year, he's going to win world's most famous and lovable internet dad. So that's cool. He's got that going for him. Then we got 3, James Harden, who, yes, you should be in this conversation, because Mike D'Antoni said the offense is built around the point guard. That's the only way we run this. That dude has 4 options. Go to the basket, kick it to a shooter, kick it to your rolling dude. That's 3 options, isn't it? Shoot, kick, roll. Yeah, 3 options. And he takes advantage of like 2 of them. So if he leads the league in points and assists, the Rockets going to be good. But they also got to take all these threes. And that's 50% of their shots, which is starting to bother the hell out of me. Because when you go 0 for, it's a bad look in a game where you lose by 15. Or that famous 0 for 25 game that they had.
I was about to say that's kind of one of the things that you're looking at. You're playing the probabilities. First off, you know the math is 3 is greater than 2. So if you are...
Which, cool. I get it. Jason Tatum was asked, yo, man, step 6 inches backward and start taking the same shot. And now he's turned into Jason Tatum, which is the dude that everybody thought it would be last year. So that's cool. I get that. And then number 4, Luka Doncic, going to be rookie of the year. Had an argument for MVP if Giannis wasn't Giannis, right? Then we got Kawhi. Oh, yeah. He's won some stuff. NBA Finals MVP, most hated man in San Antonio, most loved man in Toronto, all of those things, okay? Then we got Jokic, who's probably the most fun, doughy dude in the NBA right now, supplanting Deron Williams, who was once the most fun, doughy dude, and before him, Baron Davis, who was a fun, doughy dude. Am I missing some fun, doughy dudes, Ron?
Yeah, I mean a few. Like what I love about Jokic is that he's the living example. Like Rasheed Wallace is just, I'm gonna play in shape. It's okay. I'm gonna play my way to getting in shape. It'll be just fine.
And it's still one of the most efficient dudes in the NBA per this list. And then there's Russ at 7. He's won an MVP. You know. Then we got Steph. He's won an MVP, and he only played for like 5 games this year. But I'm gonna leave him in there because, well, I could just as easily see him being one of the 10 best players in the NBA. And then we got AD, who hasn't won an MVP, who hasn't won a title, but everybody agrees is next when it comes to the most unstoppable player in the NBA. And he's made an NBA All-First team. You know who the 10th player on this list is? Dennis friggin' Schroder.
Yeah.
Dennis Schroder coming off the bench for OKC, who's got like a 62% winning percentage, which is bonkers, and is averaging not even 20 points a game.
Yeah, what is it, like 19.1?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
And Dennis Schroder is becoming the dude that I thought James Harden could be. He is leading your second unit. He's your best scoring guard on a team where people really love student government assembly. And I understand it. He's a likable dude. Canadians are usually likable dudes, but he's atrocious in when we talk about wins. Real wins and real plus minus, not very good. Chris Paul, by the way, is 11 on this list. So you got two of the best guards in the NBA quite literally play for the OKC Thunder.
Yeah, actually you real quick. Dennis Schroder is from Germany.
No, I was talking about SGA.
Oh, never mind.
Student Government Assembly. Is from Canada.
Of course he is.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that Thunder squad has like 319 point per game scores on it.
When Danilo hits his shots, sure.
I'm just saying that they can come at you from some angles.
No, they can come at you like a really good Kentucky basketball team, which is to say that if you have any sort of presence in the paint, you can Virginia the hell out of them.
Okay.
It's true.
You're not wrong. I didn't expect that metaphor. Continue.
Because what this team is to me is a juggernaut college basketball team. That's what it is. It looks like Kansas 2005, 2008. That's what it looks like. It looks like Memphis 2008. Back when Joey Dorsey was still a thing. And Derrick Rose was becoming the dude that would win an MVP.
To me, they look like those guard
heavy. And Chris Douglas Roberts was rolling people.
Mm-hmm.
They look like, who to you?
The guard heavy Villanova squads.
Yeah. But with a little bit better defense, a little bit.
No, they definitely got some defense on them. Like they are exactly as efficient and capable as they need to be a fifth or sixth seed team.
I wonder why I'm the only person with any sort of small following yelling Dennis Schroder is one of the best players in the NBA this year. How come that narrative is not out in front?
Because nobody.
Even in markets where I work, like I'm in Oklahoma sports media market and I'm coming up with this take. What's everybody else doing?
Because if you're talking about the top 10 spots, it gets kind of hairy at about that point. Nobody cares past the top 5. Everybody wants to argue about Harden, Giannis, LeBron, etc.
But if we're talking about handing out contracts, and we are, then why are we talking about handing out contracts to Dennis Schroder? Why are we talking about him being on the trade block? Because dude was really pissed that he was on trade block and then they didn't trade him, come back, still rolling up people. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, SGA getting all this love. I don't know about you, but I ain't never seen this much love for a student government assembly before.
Not around these parts.
No, it's just not a thing that you're going to see. Giannis is getting love because Giannis is about his hooping and about his baby boy, which is cool. And I got this running theory right now that new fathers are the best players in the NBA. Nobody wants to play a new father in the NBA. Just look at Fred VanVleet.
Ooh.
Didn't nobody care about no Fred VanVleet. Then he got a kid and started knocking down everything.
Oh, I like this type.
Right? Then you had Giannis Antetokounmpo could be like, oh, I got a family to feed now, so I'm going to turn up and I'm going to start taking shots and I'm going to start knocking down threes.
Is that why the former day Dwight Howard was so good? Because he was a new father about every 3 months or so?
I think it wears off after the first kid.
Okay.
And if you got more than one baby mama, it's probably got diminishing returns. Like, then you're going into scumbag territory. But that's, like when Steph had Riley Curry out there with him on the podium and stuff,
right?
And she was ruling stuff, guess what he was doing?
Oh, no, he was a MVP.
Whipping everybody. Everybody. It's also, when I'm looking at these list of MVPs that are on this real plus minus list, right? The dudes that you might even put into the category of like somebody doesn't like them are James Harden and Russ. Mm-hmm. People like Giannis, people like LeBron, people like Steph, and the other dudes, AD, I don't know about his approval rating. I want to say his approval rating might be 10th on this list behind, or 9th on this list behind Dennis Schroder, and that's just because he gets more pub than Dennis Schroder because he plays with LeBron James, and because he said, I'm getting out of New Orleans. Y'all are going to trade me.
Yeah, no, I think that's AD's problem. I think AD was
is
supplanted by the general gregariousness that is Giannis.
I'm beginning to think that AD is quite literally Dwight Howard in different clothes. He's a better player than Dwight Howard was, but he's heading into that territory. because he's gonna pout over almost anything. And all we see is dudes from Clutch getting paper. Mm-hmm. Like I don't look at Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and think, man, that dude ought to be playing for the Lakers. Then again, I'm not really riding for all the white guards out there either. So I look at dudes not named White Chocolate and Jason Williams out here getting buckets, and I'm going, something about Alex Caruso is off. Maybe it's the headband, maybe it's the balding, but
no, that's what makes it you. That's what you are. You are your general, just anti cuteness. You don't want any sort of aesthetic obfuscation of your sport.
I can only stand so much Jackie Mooning of my NBA.
Yeah, because I'm just saying, like, Alex Caruso is a good NBA player, but he's probably not as good as if he wasn't playing for the Lakers. He'd just be
in the G League.
Right. He'd be
in the G League.
Latter day Jeremy Lin.
Get Pierre Jackson in that spot. You get more production.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Absolutely, you could have a better player than Alex Caruso. But, I mean, you could say that about a lot of folks. It's just that Alex Caruso is getting a lot of pub playing for the Lakers.
And that's what playing for the Lakers does for you. It gets you a lot of pub.